Hi there and welcome to another video from Max Revs. You join me here down at Huntsmiths where Ryan is in the background giving my car a decontamination wash. The PPF's been on the car for about a year now, so I thought that would be a great time to get a wash done here at Huntsmiths. And if there's any decontamination that needs to be done on the PPF, principally tar I think, then Ryan's going to take a look at that inside. I love PPF. Not only does it offer me that protection, you get this great gloss, this great finish the PPF offers, which now I just can't live without. I've washed the car for over a year, still no swirl marks in the car. That's something that I just love, the fact that the paint never gets swirl marks because of the protection the PPF offers. Right, ready?
Yeah.
Hi there, and welcome to another video from Max Revs. We're inside, we're down at Huntsmiths. We're here for a maintenance wash on the car. I tell you what, the lighting and the cleaning process Ryan's just done on the car, absolutely amazing. I'm looking at this, and actually I've forgotten what it was like when I left your place and I had the PPF done. It's absolutely amazing. I know I've taken a few scuffs in places, but that's because I use the car. It's not a museum piece. And I guess while Ryan was washing the car outside, we kind of noticed while he was jet washing the car with water that, you know, some of that kind of hydrophobic properties had kind of gone away from the coating. And I kind of thought, oh, maybe the coating's worn off. But something that's really interesting, what Ryan was sort of telling me about, is that the coating can actually get a bit of dirt ingrained in it. So let's roll it back a little bit. We've just done a bit of a, well, I say I haven't done any work on the car. I guess, Ryan, do you want to maybe sort of talk us through what you've done on the car? I know we've got some shots outside.
Yeah.
The car looks amazing, and what I can't figure out is, I washed the car, you washed the car. I swear it looks better than when I've washed the car. So is that because of like the products you're using, the techniques?
Well, let's be fair, it's quite sunny today and the lighting in here is pretty good. So I'm sure you're doing a good job at cleaning it too. And the coating's doing a really good job of looking after the paintwork as well. So what we've done today is slightly different to what you're doing at home. We've used a maintenance product to bring back the hydrophobic properties, like you said. And yeah, I don't think we're doing anything particularly different to what you're probably doing at home. Maybe it's just the effect of seeing someone else do it.
But I guess it's those products that you followed it up with. Yeah. So not only did you snow foam it and you washed it, and actually you kind of, well, you blasted on the wash, the soap. Yeah. Which was an interesting kind of process, which I might give that a go. So the same amount of soap you put in a wash bucket, just put it in the snow foam lance and spray it in the car.
So the traditional method that a lot of people would use was the 2-bucket method. And it's a great method, it obviously works, but a slightly more efficient way of doing it is to actually snow foam the car shampoo onto the paintwork after you've done your pre-wash, which is the initial snow foam stage that we did. For me, it works really nicely because it puts a lot more lubrication on the paintwork for when you're cleaning it. So it makes washing it a nice, smoother process. It actually helps to see where you've just been and what you've done, so you're not doing too much. And it makes sure that there's shampoo on every part of the car, so you're not worrying about, am I putting enough shampoo onto the paintwork when I'm taking it out of the wash bucket? Yeah. You know, it's on the car. It sits on there, and it also helps while it's sitting on there. It's also pulling whatever dirt that's on the surface that's left there for the clean. It's loosening it off a little bit as well. So
yeah, talking about pulling out the dirt, you were using these products. So I know when you've put a Modesta coating when I left, and that you had PPF was done like a year ago.
Yes.
How do these products work in terms of removing dirt from? Is it the coating, or is it removing dirt from the?
Yeah. So, you know, I'm sure a lot of people who are watching your channel know pretty much how to do a proper safe wash on a car. So you would use a pre-wash product like a snow foam. This is Enzo Polaris. You would use a product like this to pre-wash the car. So the way we like to do it is rinse the car first, get it wet, blow off all the dust and debris that's loose on the surface. We'd then apply a snow foam like this, especially on a Modesta coated car. This is the product we would use. This will then dwell on the surface and soften the dirt that's on the car. The reason for that is that when we're doing a contact wash, we want as little potential damage material on the surface for when we then start washing with a wash mitt. So that's what that does, is that will loosen off a load of the dirt, grime, build up. And then when we pressure wash it off, you'll notice that a lot of stuff will come off with that initial stage. We'll then do the contact wash, which is the bit that you saw me do, where I then snow foamed on the car shampoo. So this is Enzo 1. This is what we use to maintain Modesta coated cars. We use it generally anyway, but that will then, that's the contact wash. So we snow foam the car shampoo on, we have our rinse bucket, and that's the method we use to wash it. The car shampoo will get the car clean, get all the dirt off, have it looking lovely. We then use the product here, which is M4 Smoke. This is a wet application conditioner. So this will clean the coating on a more molecular level, where a car shampoo won't, because the molecules in the shampoo aren't big enough to get all the way into the pores of the coating. So then this will then properly clean out then the build-up of grime that might be in the pores of the coating. So where we had some flattish water behaviour, it wasn't particularly flat, but it wasn't quite as good as other areas. We use that then to completely clean out the coating, take the coating back to where it should be, behaving, you know, water behaviour wise.
I can completely back up what Ryan's saying there, because I've never paid that much attention to the wash process, but as you were blasting on the water, he was actually pointing out some of the beading on one side of the roof was pretty spherical, and then the other ones were a bit sort of teardroppy shaped, and you could see how it was losing a bit of tension. And I've never paid attention to how spherical that bead is. And then you put a bit of the M4 Smoke, if I remember.
That's right, yes.
Wiped it on, and then you were just seeing how when you sprayed it on with water, it beaded like really quickly as well.
The beading comes straight back. Yeah, so the water behaviour is disappearing a little bit in some areas, high impact areas, generally sort of lower portions of the car, top surface as well sometimes, where water sort of sits and compounds over time, and a bit of dirt will just ingrain into the coating. So that's what that does, and that cleans that out. It's just a more focused cleaner. So it then cleans out any grime that's built up on the surface that the shampoo doesn't pull off, because the shampoo it's a very gentle shampoo, and it's designed to be that way. So
that's what I learned, and I'm definitely going to use the product in that way. Is that it wasn't the product was running out; you were cleaning the existing product on the car.
Yeah. So you've just got the coating will repel as much as possible, but you will still get a little bit of build up over time. I mean, when did we coat the car? It was
definitely over a year ago.
Over a year ago. So, and you've not used M4 yet, have you?
No.
So it's not a product that you would use very often. It's something that you would use as and when that you start to notice water behaviour maybe starting to drop off. The coating's a bit clogged. You use that to clean the coating back, and then you start to get that behaviour back. And that's what we've done basically. So
I'm just taking back to look at it again. I think it's great. The colour's amazing.
It is lovely.
Absolutely phenomenal job. And I'm so glad that I've got PPF on the car, because it adds that kind of texture to the car in terms of the gloss, which I think you don't get with normal paint. I can just see it now with your lighting. I really have got used to that now.
It's one of those things that swells can really take away from the overall finish of the paintwork. So when you're looking at a car in the sunlight, especially low sun, and it's clean, and you've got that sort of wet look to the cars, because there's no swirls, there's no scratches, there's no imperfections that are building up. With the coating as well, you're not getting chemical staining, things like water spotting, tar spots, things like that. It's taking a lot longer for that stuff to actually build up on the surface. So all those things together, PPF, amazing for stopping physical abrasion, stopping stones, stopping swirls, things like that. The coating then makes the car super lovely to clean, gives you a bit more gloss, lasts a lot longer, so then you're not out in the elements, washing it, polishing it, waxing it, you know, and repeating that process a lot. Because although it's a nice process, I think a lot of people maybe don't have the time.
You've just made me think,
and all that sort of stuff. So
it's worth spending that much for me on the PPF, because those Sundays I used to do on my 987, the whole wax process, it's pretty time consuming. And then you get wax caught on some of the rubber, and then you leave that bad residue behind, and it's a nightmare.
The ethos behind it all as well is the less you can touch the paint to get it looking lovely, the better, because the less you're mitigating that risk of putting in inadvertently putting in damage to the paint, because you don't know what could get caught from a panel gap. A little bit of dirt can get trapped into an applicator, and then you're wiping, and then you put a big line through the paint, and it's not nice. So yeah.
Well, brilliant. I really appreciate what you've done here. And I think the summary takeaway message for all of you is that if you've got PPF on your car, or even if it's just like a painted car with a coating on, you want to probably, well, I don't know, from my point of view, every year I'd probably want to try and get it back to this process to preserve that coating. So for me, the fact that Ryan's gone over it with those products over there, it's made the coating clean again. There's no dirt in the pores, and I'm good to use the car and abuse the car and get more stone chips and kind of get more grime baked into it. And then, at the end of the day, that's what it's there for.
Do it again next year.
I need to use the car, so it's like a love-hate relationship. I love the car looking like this.
Doing this as well will really help get the maximum length out of the coating as well. So, you know, a coating that's quoted to last 5 to 10 years, we want to get it as close as we can to that 10 years, and looking after it properly with the right stuff at the right times. You know, that coating's not going anywhere. It's doing its job lovely. So
there you go again. Well, same time, I'll book myself in for next year then, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for your time, Ryan.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate that. Enjoying Life and Cars to the max. And if you're wondering where the top's from, thanks Steve on the channel. He's actually going to be setting up a Max Revs merch shop soon. So I noticed you got some SO
That's cool. I like
legacy
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I love that SO badge over there. So big shout out to Steve for making this top for me. Absolutely top guy. Hope to see you all throughout the country in the UK. Planning to do loads more mileage, 31,000 miles now. Some would say a GT4 at 18, 20,000 miles is too high, but listen, that's not high mileage until I make it to 100,000, okay? So we want to see 6-figure mileages. Enjoying Life and Cars to the max, put the miles on. Weather's improving in the UK, so hoping to get out and about and see more of you guys soon. And until the next video, see ya. Cheers, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Bye.